Get this camera figured out. There we go. What's up? What's up? What's up? Just got done riding the RXP-X. Did a quick rip. And I'm here. And a lot of stuff's happened in the last couple of days since I've done a live stream. So welcome. There's a lot of stuff. If you're not following me on Instagram, I am _Beowulf. I had to go to the ER today. I had potentially a blood clot in my leg from this poison ivy. I had to get an ultrasound on my leg. Left leg is super swollen from this like poison ivy stuff. I'm on medication, and yesterday, make a long story short, I went to go pick up the Doberman Pinscher puppy. So it was like a 12-hour drive. And I just think maybe from just sitting so long driving is what's going on, what caused my legs swelling up. So hopefully it gets down. So what's up? Bates on here says first. SoCal Stand-Up says, what's up, man? What's going on? Little boy Tupac said, what's good, Yamaha? That's faster than the GTI. Am I okay? Yeah, I hope I'm all right. I don't know. Usually you get the blood clot, like you could die from that. So crazy. It was like, yeah, I had to wear my N95 mask at the hospital, and that's like the last place I wanted to go. Definitely I'll have, can we see her? Yeah, her name is Ragna, and it means Norwegian, means in warrior, female warrior is her name. So it's a Norwegian Viking name. I can't pronounce your name. Yosavani. I hope I said it right. It says you should make a trip to South Beach and ride some skis here. Definitely. Once stuff changes, and right now I got 2 puppies. I'm telling you, I went to go for a little a ride, and like as soon as I get home, the first thing I'm doing is like let puppies out. You don't get a lot of free time. Actually, she's barking in the back. I probably don't hear her in the live stream, but I can hear her in the house. She's bap, 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 bap. She was like wants to run around. I don't want to have her loose when I'm not supervising her. She's only 8 weeks old. Let's see some of these comments. I'll definitely, before this live stream ends, she's gonna come out. This probably won't be that long of a one because I should really either be moving around or have my leg elevated. So plus I did this like epic rip, like in less than half a tank of the jet ski, and instead of cruising down, I just like was going crazy like in one spot, and then literally got here, pulled the stuff in the garage, let the dog out, and got on here because I was supposed to do this 8:30. I'm a little late, but I try to do a lot today. I cannot pronounce your name on here. LKYKD. Quick review on a Sea-Doo Spark Tricks. Yeah, somebody once let me get my hands on one, definitely. It was interesting. I was on the phone with Triton Trailers today. I had like a gazillion things going on the whole day, but I was on the phone with them about something, and somebody working with them told me that every single trailer from now on to the first year is all spoken for. So like usually they say they have some inventory for dealers, and it's like jet skis is hot stuff. So this is I think 2021 is going to be even crazier than what 2020 is because there's going to be a huge shortage. Basically, you should make a trip to Wilmington and come ride with us. We have beautiful water and great places to ride. Definitely. Once I don't have little puppies, I think I got one puppy's like 11, 12 weeks old, and I got an 8-week puppy. And it's like I finally got Willie on a routine, and now it's all this. Like I literally got home last night at 2 in the morning, and the puppy would just bark for a while and finally fell asleep. And then I saw how swollen my leg was before I went to bed. Literally got 3 hours, maybe almost 4, woke up to let the puppy out and wanted to go right back to bed to get more sleep. And then my dad's a doctor, and he's like texting me like, you got to get to the emergency room immediately. So literally threw on whatever and went straight to the emergency room, and was there for like a couple hours. So the whole day has been just running around. They said, where was the water, Willie? And see, all my videos are like 2 to 3 weeks out. So the last video, if you see in the beginning of the video, I said I was Father's Day. So like, think how many weeks ago Father's Day was. I got so much stuff recorded. Parrot said, we headed to Panama City Beach this Saturday. You should come ride with us. I tell you, definitely. Ryan says, woman is too much boats. Your war good to ride North Myrtle Beach. Bates says, I was on the water today and there were no Harley boats. I'm trying to catch up with some of these comments. A lot of stuff coming in. Little Tupac boy goes, what Yamaha jet ski that's faster than a Sea-Doo GTI? Definitely, look on there and see what, I think first is anything you're trying to buy is figure out what you can afford and then go from there. The hard thing right now is, whatever's available, you got to get your hands on it. You snooze, you lose right now, big time. There's some dealers that have a lot and there's some that don't have nothing right now. It's crazy. Let's see, trying to get it. So SoCal Stand Up says, can we get a startup on any of the skis? Yeah, but I'll probably have problems breathing in here, and then I'll want to get off. The fumes get, plus too, it's like I don't want to do it because that fumes get inside the house and stuff like that. I don't want my dogs dealing with that stuff. Maybe some other time, but usually you shouldn't run them that long. You shouldn't even be running them without the water connected. So. You get in the videos what they sound like. Let's see. I scroll down, so there's just a lot to it. Beta season is slowly down. Chris Benko asks, are you getting a 2021 Yamaha? Yes, there's some stuff in the works. You guys will be real excited. So I've been researching, knowing what's going on. So I'm just patiently waiting. Let's get this RXP-X sold. That's what I'm looking for. Anybody looking for RXP-X, it's a great deal because I've been seeing some of them ones listed, and I'll tell you, man, people are overpaying for how great mine is. Interesting story made short. I was looking because I really like to replace the trailer on my SXR because I want to give the trailer to my brother and sell it to him because his trailer for his ski is like terrible for what it makes it really hard moving around when it's not connected to a vehicle. Somebody was selling like a used Triton trailer. This thing was like a 2003 and the guy thinks it's like getting $850. And I told the guy, I mean, you're like crazy. You'd be pushing to get $500 for it. It doesn't matter if it's aluminum or not. It's like almost 20 years old. It's a trailer. It's like literally crazy. You could go buy a brand new trailer. I told him you could go buy a 2020 trailer for like a little bit more and it has like everything new and it's 10 times better. Yeah, Parrot said, Beowulf, you get another Yamaha, getting a ride of the Sea-Doo. You know, the Sea-Doo's leaving. There's a lot of stuff. It's like literally, stuff moves pretty quick, so I got to get my act together with stuff. Basis 2-stroke engines are being phased out since they pollute so much in the 4-stroke engines. Also, parts are getting harder to find, which means shops are less likely to work on them. Yeah, there's a lot of places don't work on them, even though the Superjet still is a 2-stroke. It's definitely really getting way phased out. But I still really want to get a wave blaster. I tell you, that is like on my radar. I'm looking and I see them, but I want a really nice one because I don't want to have it just for a short period of time. I've been like looking for a really good one. I've been on the hunt. Wave blaster. I'm looking and it's like on my radar. It's like so many things like that's all I'm like looking at that, doing that. Let's see some of these comments. Mark C said RXP, love the hat. You can find us on I Am Beowulf merch. Got them in stock. Get them right out to you. We got a fair amount of the like RXT-X, whatever's on there. I do have in stock. The majority of it. It's fast to get out. There's like a real shortage on clothing right now. Like it's unbelievable. Like everything. There's like people, not to talk about like beer, but like I don't drink alcohol, but like Corona is no longer making beer right now. So that people don't realize one day you're gonna go in the store, if that's what you like, it's gonna be gone till they make it again. Let's see. Joe says, hello. What's up? I'm just looking at some of these comments. Mark C says, Beowulf, hello, bro. What's up, brother? What's up? Daryl says, I'm a 2007 Honda Aquatrax with 78 hours on it, and I bought it 2 years ago, 14 hours, super reliable, super rare. Awesome, man. Bates says, yes, 300 hours is quite a lot of hours, but I've seen jet skis with over 300 hours last longer than some with under 50 hours. Yeah. If you watch, there's a video when I probably talked about this a couple times, when I took a trip to California. We had like rental Sea-Doos. We went off just north of LA, and I think my brother, the one he was on, had like 900 hours or something pretty close to like I was like, we're going like miles offshore. I'm like, God, I wasn't on that one. It's unbelievable. Let's see, Parrots at Beowulf, the 2020 Yamaha FX SVHO is a great ski. I know they're awesome. Boosted 5OH. I think that's what it is. Hi, what's up, man? First time watching a live stream. I have a 2019 Yamaha FX HO and love it. Definitely, I'm gonna probably work having like an FX FX. I can't even speak. A Yamaha FX style hat coming out. It's definitely worth. So we got these really cool ones, because you know you have the 2020 where they had them the blue, white, and red. So we got like a whole different scheme hat for those kind of people, like the same kind of merch but just different colors and stuff. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of stuff going on. Anthony said, do you handle your merch yourself? I have a company that makes it, but I have to do the whole thing of shipping it. And the hard thing is you're on sometimes you're on a list. Like the one guy is doing stuff for police department, and they're getting stuff made. And then there's like a shortage of whatever they want to get, what they need to wear. And then he said it's like going to be backordered in November. It's crazy stuff. It's just like some people don't realize that sometimes stuff sells out and I'm waiting for it to get made, and then you're just on a waiting line. I went by there today to see what's going on, or double checking all these like orders to make sure everything's correct. And it's like, it's unbelievable how some of these, because like these kind of shirts, this is extra large, and it's made to fit. Like I like shirts where it fit tight, like where it's like, it's a nice fit, but it feels fitted where it's not like real loose and stuff. And it's real soft. It's real nice stuff. But it's like, some of these colors are like, when you get the real crazy colors, it's just harder to find. The hats are real nice. These are like reverse, but some of the stuff, I think some of these ones I'm going to be phasing out. Some stuff I have in stock, like I have a lot of the tank tops, the RXP and RXT-X stuff, but after one's gone, I'm going to phase it all out. So I'm trying to get this thing just right. Everything with the lighting here, so you got perfect. Now we're better. right. For the money, the VXHO would be a good buy. Yeah, no, I'm trying to get my brother, once I get this whole thing fixed with his wave venture, selling it, and then I told him to get like a new or used GP 1800R HO, fit his schedule. He promised me that he was going to get this spray for poison ivy, and I'm patiently waiting. I'm like, dude, I'm just getting worse. I'm like going to the hospital from it. Like, man, give me that spray, otherwise I'll go pick it up myself, please. The dogs are like, it's in this one area, and he said he was gonna buy it for me. I've done all this stuff for him, and he's like, I'm waiting, man. Can you he said he's gonna order. I'm like, just go pick it up, man. Bring it over to the house, please. He's like, called me up last night. He's like, oh, well, I got the fuel tank now. What are you gonna knock out? I'm like, hey, man, I want the spray to kill all this poison ivy. Anthony said, what's up, dude? What's going on? What's good? Let's see. Mark says, I have a mint 2005 GP 1300, or yeah, GP 1300 RSI. I'm like kind of out of it tonight. With less than $100 for sale. Last of Us, best two strokes ever made. Cool. Alex says, do you think Kawi will update their Ultra platform anytime soon? I don't know. I mean, I actually they have a lot of new stuff coming out. So, I mean, you really don't know. Will this be the year? I don't know. I know though, there will be the 4-stroke Yamaha stand-up coming out. And I'll tell you, that's probably like the biggest thing on my radar. I think it'd be the stand-up thing. It's just so much fun. I mean, it's like you go out there, is like an alligator going to eat me? Is a shark going to get me? It's kind of one of those things like, you know, what could happen to me just like trying to get out there to ride? I'm just trying to adjust this and move it down. Parrot says, I have a buddy with a 2008 BX with 950 hours on it and the original engine, man. I tell you, that's impressive. That's impressive. Bait asked a question about a person. I can't even pronounce the name, and I do not know who that is. Let's see. What happened? I like somehow moved this. Somebody asked what was the outcome of my Solus plot blowing up. They tried making it right, and I just won't run a Solus prop again, pretty much. And everybody can run what they want. I just want. I've seen too much stuff. So, and there's tons of people. They're not the only ones selling it. So, anybody out there plugging it, it's kind of funny when I go look on some of these, like, I don't want to say forums, of these Facebook groups. I just have to laugh. There's like some of these other shops really plug that stuff. I'm just thinking, like, you're always going to plug something you're selling, I guess, you know, even if it's bad. Let's see. Hi says, I have a 2020 Sea-Doo Spark Tricks and a 2020 Sea-Doo GTR 230. Cool. Any tips on getting this old? Kevin says, any chance of getting this old off a ski? Starts right up. I don't even understand what that meant. Yeah, she contacts me, do some type of collab. Let's see. Alex said, do you think it would be worth waiting for info on the new RXP coming this year, or should I just say F it and buy a GP 1800R? I really tell you, new it's probably going to be like the huge demand of the RXP-Xs because of the new ones are going to be like junk. That's my opinion, but who knows? Definitely, you won't go wrong buying a GP 1800R. Man, it's like the best thing out there to get. Kevin said it's a Cowie 650. Look it up at 807. So I'm just scrolling through all this stuff. Earlier, before I went jet skiing, I felt like I was going to get a blackout or something. I was like really, like just drained. I've been just really drained out today. Oh yeah, cool thing too. If you haven't seen the last video with the Garmin, this is their military handheld GPS. Now the cool thing with this is kind of more this is waterproof, but it's made to mount on your wrist. So a lot of people, you know, like anybody who's in the military will know they always mount like the wrist, the watch underneath. The nice thing is this, you can mount it on the handlebars. And there's a bunch of things where it like will show what your top speed is or what you're going at right then and there. And I like this because a lot of those ones I've seen people use, they're like a big handheld thing and they have nowhere to put it. And you can find this on my Amazon store, amazon.com/shop/I'm Beowulf. And I got a bunch of different ones listed. They're all different ones and they kind of do a little bit more stuff. But this is definitely a really cool, I like this thing a lot. Ford Raptor says, my 95 Wave Venture engine finally quit. Yeah, some of that stuff is like hard. Some of those parts, they sell for like crazy stuff. That's why I told him he got the fuel tank. Like the hard thing is that his fuel tank needs to be cleaned out, and it's just easier just to like pull out the fuel tank and just put a new one in instead of taking all this time clean out all the gunk that's in there. I mean, I don't even know what's all going on. Mark said, my only issue with the GP 1800R is, hey, is the HP to 300. Parrot said, I got to remember the Tiger Shark and Polaris jet skis back in the day. Yeah, you can still find those for sale. Pretty good deal. The hard thing is there's some people with the old vintage skis getting a little crazy what they think they're worth selling for. Kevin said, dude, it's a 92 Kawasaki TS. When you put the lower caps, it's really hard to see. So I don't want to go and be like way up in the camera, but some of this stuff it's like hard to see. TS 650. Have you ever seen one? No, I have to probably look one up. You guys like that thumbnail though? That's somebody I saw on Facebook where they said that RXT-X had 20 hours and it sunk. I was like every time thinking of like a creative thumbnail, and I was like, I saw that real quick. I'm like, I'll just put that up. That's kind of funny. And then I'm wearing CD's RXP-X. Let's see. Bates says, I saw Spark Tricks today in the ocean, getting towed by a Yamaha stand-up jet ski. The front thing, like that thing's connect to the front of the ski where it's snapped. That'd be hard pulling with somebody with a stand-up. Hi said, do you have any sponsors? Yeah, I actually have partnered up with like Riva Racing, Jet Tribe. Do a lot of stuff with Jet Tribe. Treat me well with certain things. So Alex says it's kind of sad that CDU reliability is a massive crater since they moved their plant. I would even add a 310R to my shopping list instead of an RXP. Brakes are not a big deal breaker for me. Basically, I saw a Yamaha, or I saw a sinking Yamaha one time. Probably somebody forgot the drain plugs. Kevin said, "What do you think of the Fish Pro?" I mean, yeah, if you're fishing in a lake, but you know, I've seen people with videos even on YouTube where they're fishing on the ocean. Man, you already got the carbon seal going bad, and then you're out there with fishing and catching fish to attract sharks. Man, that would be like terrible to be sinking and you got all that smell of dead fish and stuff. I'm telling you, that would be like not like what I'd want to be out there on that. I tell you, it'd be cool. But out here, you can catch a shark even in fresh waters. So, man, forget that. Alex says, "What are you doing next?" To the Yamaha next. It's gonna be the put it. I've shown this a couple of times, but I got the new generation Riva Racing intake grate, so it has more water coming in. It's lower, and yeah, that's the next mod. And once my arms and I feel better, that's going to be on my list of things to install. I did on the RXP-X like a couple of days ago, the intake manifold girdle, and that was like that was the last live stream. I was like working on that beforehand, and then finished it even afterwards. So put that on, and it's definitely, I think that's probably the first thing I should have done. They could go bad even when they're stock. Bates said no, the sponson bolts came loose while running. Parrot said, I think Yamaha and Kawasaki are currently the most reliable skis on the water today. That's facts. Mark says only bull sharks in freshwater. They're the most aggressive, though. High testosterone. Yeah, they're everywhere. But yet they're. I think when it was one of my tattoos, I think when I was getting one of the shark ones, the guy told me there's a swing bridge on the intercoastal that's already in the freshwater, and pretty big, one of the bigger swing bridges. And then somebody fishing actually spotted a tiger shark in freshwater. So they definitely can come in there. You never know. I mean, they have that old thing of, when is it? It's up by New York area where they had a bunch of people got killed. They weren't sure if it was a bull shark or was a great white that actually went up in. Well, take it back. I seen a video online of a great white shark in a river, but I think it still was like brackish water, but it was like crazy. It was like super shell, and this huge great white shark was coming right through there. It's so creepy when you see something like that. Kevin says, what about stabilizers for going out on the ocean? Are they even making stabilizers? I don't know what you mean about stabilizers. Let me put this in back. Alex says the only pro CDO has the point of styling and a massive dealer network. The problem is CDO is just massively produced, and basically CDO is a body kit. That's what I say too. You look at it, if you start taking those things apart, like you look at like the RXT-X, I'm not knocking it. I'm just bringing it as an example, and it's the same as the Fish Pro and all that. It's literally half the ski is not there because half of it comes right apart. It's actually, when you take it all apart, it's just a big old pain. Like the thing I hate the most about that ski is that if you want to see, like let's say you're out in the ocean and you didn't even know you're sinking because you can't take the back cover off to see what's all going on. You're seeing like a small percentage. If you have water in the hull, you wouldn't know until you removed all those bolts. It's a pain in the butt. And actually too, where did I get those? They're these like little clamps. I have a whole bunch of them. Where did I put all of them? It's like where those clamps, I don't know where I put them. I have a bunch of them. There's those little clamps that hold those bolts in the back. And I had to get so many times taking off, checking things, just cleaning stuff. And like they would just come undone. So I had like, at first they were hard to get, and I had like a whole bunch of them. They were like, Mitchell said, should I get a breather kit for the first mod for the VX Cruiser HO? That'd be a smart thing. And you get the ribbon delete. Yeah, well, they have no bilge, and then the ones that they sell, like there's one that can just like connect to a line that really not that great for the RXT-X, and it just runs continually. I can't use, constantly running. That's probably the best way to say it. So things just going, and then it's just when you'll need it, it's going to be burned out. The base of the fact that a 17,000 RXT doesn't come with a bilge pump is just beyond me. That's what I call stealing from the people. The thing with the design of that, I can't believe, because it's like to get in the back, it just doesn't make any sense. Like if you want to quickly check if something was loose, it's real easy just to pop on any of these skis, just pop them off. Probably the only thing that'd be a pain in the butt is the stand up. You're on the water, you try taking that cover off. First, it might sink, and then all of a sudden, all the water come in there and sink your ski. That's what's silly. That cover has where the fire extinguisher is, and if that thing caught on fire, like you wouldn't even have a chance to pop it open. And it, like, it just is so silly of having a fire extinguisher in there. Kevin says, guess if you go in the ocean fishing, I'll just carry a pew pew, see a shark, pew pew pew. Yeah, that's like cruel. People kill more sharks than sharks kill people. It's pretty messed up. Plus, a lot of those pew pews, they don't work underwater. I think Glock's the only one you can modify them that you could. And Bait says they don't come. Doesn't come with a step either. Alex said, you purchase a GP 1800 and you remove the water spout, would that void the ski's warranty? No, but actually the one nice thing with that is it really gets you seen out there, because the big thing is you got to worry about boats. It was interesting the time when my brother was having issues with his ski and with that spout, people wouldn't, it was getting close to dark and he was just limping the thing home. If he didn't have that, I don't think a lot of people even noticed him. There was like one past video I had to tell the guy riding the speedboat that he was like up ahead, and the other guy couldn't even see him. That's kind of scary. I could see him, but when you're, like I said, on the boat, when they're going like this, they can see, but when they're going like this, and either they're sitting up or standing up, you know, their view is not the same as you think when you're on a ski. Most of the time with those, you can, some people pull off just right off the top of where that thing's coming up, but I just leave it be. Let's see. Ryan says, how often do you service your Supercharge on your 300? I want a Wake Pro, but concerned with the Supercharge issues. Well, they claim that it's no maintenance to it, but I've never had to do anything with it. I got all the tools where you can, like, if you had to adjust it and stuff. Bates said, why did you move to Myrtle Beach? I was done with the Midwest. I actually posted up on, what do you call it, the community thing, and I posted an old video of Leo, pretty epic, a couple of years, like, oh my, I think it's from 2017, so pretty fun, epic old video of him showing who's tough. And it's funny because I put it on, and then Pike like sat down in front of the TV and was looking up. He started barking and going all crazy, all excited seeing the video. It's pretty funny. Let's see. Mark says, I've owned every brand of ski made, and Yamaha is the most reliable with Kawasaki and close to second. Alex said, how often do you change your oil for the Yamaha? Like, how many hours do you change it? Well, I changed it, I think it was like, so long ago, like the first 10 hours. Maybe it was sooner than that. I can't remember. It's from last year. But then I changed it again once it came, then I see it would have been I'd have to look at videos, but almost a year, close to a year, well, less than a year ago. But I only have like 30 something hours on it. So I would first change it, not just by hours. If the oil gets dark, I immediately change it no matter how many hours it comes to. But then like every 20 something hours, it's better to be like, because every time when you siphon out, it's not getting completely all the oil out. So it's better just to be checking on. Don't ride around with dirty oil. That wouldn't be too smart. It's like everything. Like I just took this long road trip, and before going, for some reason, my Jeep SRT sometimes burns a lot of coolant or just evaporates. So like before going out, the day before going on the trip, I checked the tires, put air in if it needed, check the oil level, even if if it had to get a little oil added, add a little oil, maybe add a little coolant, and I was ready to go. And it's like the same thing with the skis. Before riding, you almost should every time look at it and just see what's going on before going, because the last thing we do is get stranded out there. Yeah, the stuff I use, well, it's all different stuff. I showed this in the last video. This stuff's the best. Modal, find that too on the Amazon store, and then the Cowie I use, Royal Purple. And I use the Modal on the Jeep too. See how many hours on all your skis. Well, this Sea-Doo had 81 hours today when I went on it. It's like 34, I think, on the GP, and then I have no clue what it's. You got to plug into the computer to find that out. So I was trying to find out what software they use to do that, where I could just check that. So I go into a dealer, but it's like one of those things. That's a hard thing when you buy those used. You really don't know what you're getting. Like when I got that, they said it was like barely used. And when I used it a couple of times, and when I went to the dealer for the checking it, it had only 5 hours. So like I could have bought it, could have had hundreds of hours and had nothing on it. I got like a killer deal. Man said, any good areas around South Carolina near Savannah, Georgia that will buy a Sea-Doo that is done since the battery part that connects to the main harness snapped, and to replace it would be more money than actually value. I don't know. The best thing with that, if you're trying to sell it, like Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, stuff like that, be careful though when you're selling, or meet somebody at a public place. I said, are you going to get a Kawasaki or Yamaha to replace the Sea-Doo? Man, I'm getting both. You never know. Maybe there's even more skis coming than just one. You never know. I can't pronounce the name. Can a crack in a supercharger affect the performance? Yeah, I got to find this. If I have it on my Instagram, let's see if I have it saved in my phone. If not, I'll have to find it. I'll have to show you guys this because it's crazy. It's like 2020, I think it's an RXT-X, and the supercharger exploded. Let me find it. I don't have it. I'll have to look on there. Yeah, here we go. Look at this. I'll see if I can show it. Look at that. So this is a 2020 Sea-Doo with the supercharger exploded and it's bone stock. And you people want to buy the 2020s or 2021. The new ones, like I'm telling you guys, anybody wants to argue about that, you can't win that battle. I'm sorry, you just can't. I look at this stuff and I love just like, I don't comment on any of these posts. Or a lot of people send me it and I just see some stuff and it's just like I said, some guy commented how he wants to do all this crazy stuff to his Sea-Doo, but then he got hurt when it was like stock. Like if you're gonna hurt stock, why would you make it faster? That doesn't make any sense. You're gonna hurt somebody else or hurt yourself. Let's see. I'm trying to look at all these. A lot to parts of the engine is made in Japan. The ski is made in Newman. Yeah, they're talking about Yamaha. All right, this gets like I'm start reading some of it and then start scrolling down and like trying to go back up and look at it. I figured it's when I wear my, I'm having my contacts in it. I swear, it's easier wearing the glasses, reading half this stuff. Like contacts are dried out from riding. I didn't put any eye drops in, so it's like keep on blinking. See, Alex said, how does the hull react in your GP when jumping waves? It kind of scares me seeing all these thinner and more lighter weight hulls, especially one that is my favorite activity to do on a ski. With some of that stuff, you gotta be careful because some of those ones, you hit some of those waves too hard. I mean, you hit it wrong. I mean, you could crack the hull on anything. You gotta remember, it's, you know, either you got the Sea-Doo where it's like a poly plastic, or you got a fiberglass or mix this stuff, and like you gotta think it's, you're bouncing up. It doesn't seem that smart of an idea. So I avoid. I really don't like jump a lot of ways. I like my stuff to work. I hate to have, like, I don't like owning stuff where it's just sitting there and like you're repairing it all the time or something's broken. I try to really take care of my stuff. Fix my contacts. It's not a human night. Bates always thought the Yamaha was made in Japan. No, it's always said the Kawis and the Yamahas give American jobs, and the Sea-Doos are made in Mexico. That's why I think it's kind of cool thing. You look at, like I said, the last live stream, said there's tons of unemployment going on right now in the United States, and it's awesome to see manufacturers here in this country manufacturing stuff, especially where they're biggest sellers in the same countries. I think it's all around a pretty win-win for everybody. Let's see. Like, Jerry said, does your GP 1800 get any water in the back of the compartment where your battery is? I have a 2018 GP. Every time I get one, it gets water in the compartment, but hard to see where it's coming from. Sometimes there's just a little bit of water, but I don't know if it's from, like, if you watch all my videos, I really like to like dip down in the nose. So I think majority of the time is like I'm causing that issue is what I think is happening. This is how I like to, I think that's like, I like to, like today, I was so hot and I just go out there and it's like literally I jumped in the pool, how wet I got. The cool thing is PWC Doctor, he has the drain plugs, and he has like these custom ones he's sending me for the GP, which I'm pretty cool. He sent me one. I don't even know if you can see from here, and I can't really move the camera. Let me see if I got like a little flyer if you haven't seen it. Where did I put it? I got the stickers. Give a little shout to him right there. You can read it. Let me get it where it focuses. There we go. And it's probably backwards too. Yeah, but no, definitely check them out. And I did a live stream before showing the ones in the Kawasaki, and it actually helped because the Kawasaki definitely it gets water in there, and then the problem is that the bilge it has, you gotta have the thing level to get it out. And I rode it once with it, and it definitely didn't feel like there was water way in the back. That's the one where you really feel it. But definitely, I want to get ones in my Yamaha, and he did like a really cool custom one. It's red, white, white, and blue. It's gonna look pretty cool. Mitchell said, how do you lower the RPMs? My BX Cruiser HO in a no wake. It's too big of a wake. That stuff, it's just, it's hard with some of these skis of like, you know, you try your hardest not to have a wake. It's just what it is. Most of the time, if you just have it like not idling, but like in the forward position, I mean, that's all you can kind of do. I wouldn't mess around with the RPMs with that. David said, which jet ski should I get? RXP-X 300 from 2019 on sale or a 2020? How about, you know what one you should get? This one right here for sale. Good deal on her. And a bunch of cool stuff done to it right there, man. Better than any 2019 or 2020. Let me put this in back. Because you think if you want your 2020, you're gonna get this. This was gonna happen probably. That's 2020 for you right there. And then I think the 2019s, it's a ton of people posting like they have 2019s and they've had to replace the carbon seal multiple times. I've never even had to do it. It's like unbelievable. Some people said they got like 30 hours and they've done it like 5 times. And it's like not the only person. It's crazy. Oh, shoot, I'm getting behind on these comments. Bates said, would you buy a jet ski with $300 on it? Probably depends on the shape, the craft, that compression, the pump, the hull, and many other factors. Well, I think the wave blasters, I don't even think they have an hour meter, so like you don't even have a clue. And they're like some of the early 90s and stuff. Oh man, I've seen like how you could rip around with those. I really want to get one, but I want like a clean one. I don't know if I want one all done up. I just want one that's like, it's been taken care of, but it has been ridden, not where it's just been sitting, because that could be more issues. Let's see. Alex said, what is good first mod for a GP 1800R? Well, if it's a supercharged, like the Riva Racing blow-up valve, first thing you should be doing. It's one of the most important things because, excuse me, it's going to be how long your supercharger clutch is going to last. It definitely helps it last longer. You don't have it, it could go out really soon. It'd be nice, like in the future, that maybe that's something like probably that's one thing. If I had to say Yamaha would have to replace, I think that they should. They found that their ride plates on the 2019s and up had issues, and they partnered up Riva Racing with theirs, which I think that's cool. They did that, but I definitely think they should be coming with some type of blow-up valve stock. I mean, that's probably the only. If I had to complain about Yamaha, I think that'd probably be like the only thing. Period. Said, see don't. But Mark said the parts are made overseas but assembled in U.S. Yamaha. Chris said 2021 Polaris Sea Line with 2.0 out of a slingshot move supercharger. Laugh out loud. Paris said poor Sea-Doo blown supercharger. It was funny because that guy, he messaged me. He goes, "Oh, I have no power. Like, what could be wrong with it?" I'm thinking like, "Oh man, it could be a million things." And that wasn't what I thought it could have been. That's why I didn't even tell the guy. I'm like, I don't even know. It could be like, who knows? And he's like, oh, I found out what it was. The supercharger blew up. And I'm like, and it was stock. And that's just like, and he sent me another one too of another person he knows. I'm like, man, 2 of those? That's kind of scary though, because I think if that it's like scrap metal or what do you call it? Like explodes out, man. It'd be bad to get hurt like that. Goes right through the seat or something. Basically, the first thing I check is the seats on a jet ski. The seats are tearing. It means that the person never really kept a cover on it. Well, that means if it's outside. I mean, sometimes some seats, Jettrim makes really nice seats. I like their stuff a lot. Right now, it's a huge wait. That's actually when you look at that Sea-Doo, if you wanted any type of custom seat, you'll be waiting months. The season will be over before you get one. That's why, like that RXP-X I got for sale, no joke. Somebody who gets that is going to be one lucky person. Bases, if you're too lazy to put a cover on it, the jet ski also means you're too lazy to do regular maintenance. Sometimes, like I don't put a cover most of the time when it's in the garage. That's just gonna be a long time. I like having stuff open. So I have a fan in my garage. It circulates air. I like to get one where it's something on. We got some where it's wall mounted and stuff, just where it makes it easier. But I run almost a fan year round just to have it where there's no moisture, and I have a dehumidifier, but I hardly run that because majority I open the garage a bunch of times, and when it's already humid, I think I ran it like the first year and I had a huge electric bill, and I'm like, it's not gonna be running like that anymore. That doesn't make any sense. Let's see. Trying to catch up with this stuff. Where are we at? 50-minute mark. Mark says I've jumped a 2005 GP 1300R off of 6. Probably mean, I hope it's not 6-inch waves. Trying to mean 6 feet. 6 feet waves behind barges on the Mississippi its whole life and never had a crack in the hull or fiberglass hulls or bulletproof. Yeah, I'll tell you though, the vintage jet skis, they are like sometimes the way to go. They're, I think, built sometimes better than what some of the newer brands are with it, like Yamaha and Kawasaki vintage ones. Definitely a way to go. Parrot said, yeah, but no thanks when it cracks. I know how to fix like fiberglass hulls and stuff like that. So that's kind of where I want one, where it's like a big project. But then, like, I also don't want one like a super wave blaster, where it's like already a bunch of stuff done to it. Because then it's like, well, here it is. Let's just go right now. I want to have stuff where you do some stuff, but it matters what's all out there. Some parts don't even exist. There was a lot of parts that Riva Racing made for that wave venture my brother has, and you can't even get them anymore. Alex says, yeah, I would just buy the Ultra 310 just for the supercharged whine. Gives the impression of driving a Hellcat, but on a jet ski form. Definitely, definitely. I've heard a couple of those, and I like, man, I want that too. They're actually really hard to find. I've been following a couple, and there's not a lot available with that. There was one I saw in Georgia. It was like a super cool deal, like killer deal, and I was just been waiting for the RXP to sell, and that one I checked and it's sold. There's one in Milwaukee right now, but the graphics all ripped off, and it's a 2019. I forgot how many hours, and the dealer keeps in contact with me. I'm like, dude, it's like, who knows who would rip all the graphics? Somebody like had to race it or something. And now they're trying to sell it. Parrot said, have an awesome night, bro. Phone's dying, so gotta get off the live feed. Peace out, brother. Dean said, it hurt me watching you struggle to get up on the jet ski. Yeah, the one funny thing is when you search SXR 1500, I'm literally the third to the top viewed videos with that. I have to laugh. There's some YouTube videos of some people who like actually race those, and that video got more views. So that's actually a win-win with that. And then it's kind of cool to look back and see the progress of working up, and how, like, I'm gone the last couple of my last videos, man. I was really ripping with that thing, really getting used to it. Well, the hard thing is, Dean said I was getting irritated for you. The hard thing was going on with that, and what I learned, I think what the biggest thing I learned when I went up to the Midwest with that, is the current is so strong, and that little stand up was like, it was the hardest thing is getting up, is just with the current, you're fighting the current then with it, because you'll see this video, I think it'll be my next one up, where me and my brother are racing around with his ski in the stand up, and I come back and I'm like, holy cow, that's where you really realize how it's like you're on black ice riding out here. So like, I see the first couple of times riding it, I was like, it was no wind, and when you take one spill and then like it gets to the side there, all the water gets in the back, and it makes it even harder to get on there. It happened too, I think one of the times when I think it was in Lake Geneva, it was harder to ride. So it's kind of one of those things I learned. So that's where the nice thing with those drain plugs help it. Mark said the carbon steel plastic wear rings are too many cheap parts to start with one of the Sea-Doo. Mural said, what are you getting once you sell the Sea-Doo? We'll have to wait and see. It's gonna be that's unknown. Bates said that's unknown. Yeah, let's get this. Come on, guys. How about this? Anybody who finds in the next week a person, this is how it's gonna work. This next week, so you have to, today is the 23rd of July. Let's see what it'll be exactly a week from now. So let's say July 30th. If one of you guys actually find a buyer and somebody buys it before July 30th, I will give you $500 sent to you by PayPal or any of those forms. But we have to know the thing is sold by July 30th. And if you find a person to buy it, I will wire you $500. That's a pretty good deal. So think, even if you buy it, you'll get $500 back. Oh, but you have July 30th. Let's see. I'm gonna try to catch back up. Yeah, there was somebody, I saw another picture where somebody had online, it's a Facebook thing where somebody had an RXT-X and hull cracked in the front, and the person's claim that was posting it said the person didn't hit anything, and then people were joking around that a shark bit it. And the big thing is like bright yellow stuff. And it's a big thing to attract sharks. That's why during World War II, they're originally going to make all the life vests bright yellow because they'd be really seen. But then they found when they did all these tank tests that sharks like go crazy just to the color yellow. So when you're on those like bright color lower hulls, I mean, you're just shining, looking like a what do you call it? What's that fish? It'd be a tuna, like, you know, like what I think it was a can't remember. It's like a tuna or something. No, somebody says, wait. Michael said, hey, Beowulf, what's up, man? What's up, brother? I took your advice from a few lives ago and bought a Kawasaki 310X SE, and so far it's amazing. I told you, you guys are going to see that these Kawasaki's known, but I don't think there's a lot of people like sleeping on what those things can do. Yeah, next time I'll have to. I was gonna do this live stream and face the other way, where you could see the other skis. But I was actually thinking, like, where am I gonna set my laptop? So I got my workbench, but I would have to kind of. I don't know. There's not enough. When you have the dual trailer, it kind of takes up like it's literally like half the garage pushing that way. So in the future, I might do a couple in my office too, make it kind of nice. I could be like sitting down. That'd be kind of comfortable. Per says, I've never understood stand-up skis, but can knock it because I never tried it. Yeah, both of them are different. Like the two-stroke and these four-strokes are just, they can do a lot of different stuff. That's kind of why I went with SXR. When I did my research, I found out was more of what I was, where I live was the smartest idea. Like if I lived somewhere where there wasn't alligators and sharks while I'm riding, I would totally buy a Superjet, but I don't want to be like just like dangling around. There's always, I see people comment where like they think you got to start on your belly and then stand up. I could sit on that. I had a whole video where I'm just sitting on it, hanging out in the water, and it's made to do that. Yeah, I don't think jet skis have brakes. I think that's like, I never even use the brakes on the Sea-Doo ever. It's a bad habit, because then it's like, then what happens when you ride somebody else that doesn't have that? You're used to it, and it's not the same thing. Think of a car. You can't just keep braking all the time. You got to think is like a car, tires wear out, so you got to do that maintenance. What's going to finally wear out when you're using those brakes all the time? And when that stuff breaks, it's like literally you have to cut it to get it out, because it's made, it has to. So if like it stopped working, that would be the biggest nightmare. That's why, like, I did a couple of live streams back before I showed you what the backs of all them look like. That's why I say the stuff with like Yamaha and Kawasaki, everything you can get to it. You don't have to do any like little tricks, and if it breaks, you're pretty much screwed. Alex, did you like two-stroke? Yeah, definitely. I want to get a wave blaster. Bates says my buddy has a 310X. He fell off going 70 and broke 5 ribs and fractured 3 bones. It was bad. He was off the ski in a matter of seconds, and the ski caught the wave and hooked to the left. You gotta be careful. That's what I tell people all the time. Everybody, it's like the thing that kind of irritates me seeing. Like, I'm not all to tell you can't go fast, but there's too many people that all want to think they want to be in this 80-mile-per-hour club, which is like really silly because it's, you fall off, man. It's, you could get really hurt. Mark said, yeah, brakes on a ski is for inexperienced or bad riders. That it's a bad habit because not everything has that. And like you're on that stand up, there's no neutral, there's no reverse, so you have to learn how to maneuver that thing in anything going on. So somebody perp said a dealer told me that some gas stock filled up the guy's brand new RXT-X where the toe pull goes, filled his ski full of 75 of gas, about sunk in the lake. Well, who would be stupid to put 75 gallons in? And the owner, why would you not be paying attention to that? It doesn't make any sense. And somebody there's the cool thing is a lot of new people are getting into jet skis because of there's such a shortage of buying them, but you're going to see a whole nother level of people with issues. The GL said, I rode a stand-up for the first time today. Getting up was easy. Turning for me was the hardest part. Yeah, definitely. It's like, it's playing around with stuff. Like, different things do fix different stuff. Like when I did the ride plate, it really helped the ski be really stable at high speeds, but then sometimes made the thing where it shoot up. So it's like kind of like you do one thing and then fix it to another thing. The real KBL said just bought a Spark Tricks and the RXT-X. Any tips to make them last long and keep them in good condition? With a Spark, do not hit anything, because I've seen people, they barely hit anything and then they crack it. That would be, just take care of it. I've done, I think we were talking about maintenance and stuff earlier. They're all kind of the same. Yeah, everybody's arguing about the brakes. Let's not get arguments here. I think it's annoying. Chris said, do you follow that guy Facebook? No, I don't. That guy, his opinion, that like, it's just not honest. I've seen stuff in the past before I started doing all this, and like one year he's pro this, and next year he's pro something else, and I don't understand. Like I'm pretty loyal about what I talk about. Like I would never have somebody paying me. The hard thing where he's not honest, he makes all his money with that, with all the people advertising on there, and I've broken down of like what people charge. So like you got primarily Sea-Doo's like the biggest person paying on that, and they're paying like a couple $1,000s a month on there. So like to advertise on there. So how could you be honest about what he has to say? That's just my opinion. Basically, my friend sunk his ski. The sponson bolt came out, let water in, therefore sinking it. That's why you should be checking those sponson bolts. Perp said, I'll see you guys on the next one, boys. Happy riding this weekend. Peace out for you, bro. Thanks for tuning in. Alex said, when are you going to do another video how to look after your jet ski? Soon. I think I'm going to do another like updated one with the RXP-X before I sell it. Got to get my act together with that. And Meryl said, I'm thinking you are getting the Kawasaki 310 or the Yamaha FX Limited SVHO once you sell the seat. I'm not going to say any comment. To me, first, you got to know what's available. So I'm found what's going on. It's hard. Really, guys, you got to help me out. Let's get the Sea-Doo sold. Makes it faster with doing stuff. The real KBL said, what do you think the best Sea-Doo is to buy for Speedwise? Well, stock, the RXT-X and the RXP-X are exactly the same. Me and my brother did a bunch of race videos, and it was so silly, dude, because we're like, but it's like whoever didn't hit the throttle fast enough is who could have lost it. It's pretty much dead on. I think the big thing is you shouldn't be doing those where you're like porpoising them out from a standing start. Like, I do not rev that thing up and just hit it right off the line. I think that's a good way of like wrecking your ski. I think at first you think it's all cool until something could go wrong. I wouldn't be doing that kind of stuff. Yeah, sometimes the seats on different jet skis are all different. I mean, it was interesting when I did both the install videos installing the seat on my GP 1800R and the RXP-X were like completely two different ways I'd install it. Well, one was a one whole giant seat, another one was two parts, and you had to use that painter's plastic for the back on the GP. I was like, I never even thought of doing that. I called Jettrim, and they're like, I couldn't get on. I'm like, oh, this is like, is it made correctly? And I didn't figure they made it wrong. And they're like, oh, you got to go get the painter's plastic. And the problem is it's like giant rolls. So I think I used some of it when I had to do putting over stuff when I was painting the garage. So it kind of worked out. I already had it. Which I'm like, contact. My eyes are probably like super red right now from drying out. Usually every time after I go riding, my contacts get like really dried out. So I don't drive when I have contacts. I can't drive with my windows down. For some reason, all this stuff gets on there. There's a lot of like sand and stuff around here. So like, I have like prescription sunglasses, and that's like my go-to like driving. All right, so we'll probably take a couple more questions. Then I'm gonna get off. I'm getting really tonight. I'm sleepy. I've had too much stuff going on and not enough sleep. Oh, the other cool thing I just picked up with my PS4 Pro. I picked up the VR headset. Crazy. It's like I don't even know what I'm missing. It's pretty cool. I picked up. The crazy thing is you get these like new games are like $16. I'm all over eBay and picked the thing up at GameStop, and it was pretty cool. I played He's Combat. That was pretty cool. Played that Iron Man VR. That was fun. Alex says, "What is the best ski you've ever owned?" I'd have to say the GP 1800R, and the stand up is like, I'm telling you, it's like probably like it's a lot of fun. At first, Like first of all, I think the first time I was trying to stand up on it, I'm like, why the heck did I buy this? I'm in the water, alligators, sharks. What am I doing here? And then I was like, and like I'm one of those people, I don't give up on stuff. You know, I like stuff that's a challenge, and that's why I think it's cool is to just see how much I've improved with it, and the more riding you get with it. I feel every time I go out there. I just ordered today with Riva Racing to have handlebars that will fit replacing the stock one, and picking those up. And it's supposed to be like a different degrees, and I've read up on those that like certain people a little bit tall, I'm a little bit taller. It'll help me like be a little bit more forward than being a little bit farther back. And then Bait donated $3. I appreciate it. Feed the doggos better food. No more Costco. That's true. That's where the breeder that I bought the Doberman Pinscher from, they were using like Tractor Supply dog food. I'm like, I feed the dogs the good stuff because food ingredients are important. Because sometimes they'll say you're feeding your dog chicken, and it's not. It's like the stuff that's not chicken, and it's kind of crazy. Read those labels. That's no joke. But Bait, appreciate the $3. Anything else, there's the dollar sign or the money sign there, and you can donate money, and it goes to feed the doggos. I got 4 dogs now. It's like my life is turned upside down. I've always had kind of like 3. Well, since 2017, I've had 3 dogs completely, and then now it's up to 4, and it's like it's 2 puppies that are like what, 4 or 5 weeks apart, and I get home last night and the dog, that new puppy's crying. I'll talk about it. I've been saying, should I go get? You guys want to see the new puppy? Brandon says hello. What's up, man? You guys want to see the new Doberman Pinscher? She's probably wants to come out here and see. There's only going to be a short period of time that I can like hold this dog, and then the dog's gonna be. It's crazy. This dog has so big a paws, and I got to pick the dog because I was like kind of last on the list, and I got to pick, but one was last. Yeah, I asked earlier, but I was kind of I didn't want to be like leaving and going, so I'll go. Give me 1 second, and I'll go get this dog so you guys can see her. What do you guys think? Bait said she should do a house tour sometime. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so she's 8 weeks old, and it's interesting. This is my first Doberman Pinscher, and their faces are kind of interesting when they're puppies because like their nose gets kind of narrow, and yeah, she's like look at the dog's paws. I mean, it's funny. It's like this dog has giant paws, like huge paws, and like look at her. It's like she has this like little head and these giant paws. You already can know how big the dog is. It's crazy. I posted my Instagram stories. There was a picture of her and Willie next to each other, and then right now they're the same size. It won't last long, but Willie's head is bigger than her. But I'm gonna do the ear docking. That's how they get their ears to stand up, and I found somebody not too far. There's really not a lot of people do that, so that's something soon. You only have a couple of weeks to do that, otherwise you can't do it at all. No, she's just kind of shy. She was doesn't know kind of what's going on because all her litter mates were leaving this week. See, what do you need? You should enable its Beowulf so you can do its donations. I don't know what you mean. Isn't it? Oh, speaker. Oh, you have to enable it? There we go. I think I enabled something. Yes, enable the super sense. Yeah, so I was like excited. I've been waiting a while, but if people are new, you didn't know. So my German Shepherd Leo died, and the craziest thing, the day Leo died is the day this dog was born. So it's pretty cool. She's a sweet little dog. And the cool thing, I got to meet the dog's parents and all that stuff when I went to go pick her up. So it's fun. She's only like, look at her. She's like already like, I just want to go to sleep. It's gonna be interesting though is how fast this dog. The breeder said by 6 months she's gonna be like almost fully grown. So it's, and this like holding little is not gonna last that long. It's gonna become a really big dog. Let's see if I can. Nice thing is I probably, there you go. Oh, don't tear my shirt. Just set it right there on the footwell of the ski. She might stick her head up. Hey, you want some water? You want a drink? Let's see. Night Blade said, what's a good jet ski to start on? I think kind of like it wouldn't have to be the base model of like a Kawasaki or Yamaha, but maybe like the mid-grade. Or the best thing to do is to start like on a vintage ski where it's like, you know, you're spending less than $2,000 with the ski with a trailer. That's probably like the most intelligent thing to do is to buy something like that. Yeah, Brandon said, oh, cute dog, nice dog. You should take her on a wave runner ride sometime. Yeah, the problem is I got a short period of time. This dog is going to be like over 100 pounds. There's no way you could take her out. Alex said, do you like the Wave Blast too? I think they're cool. There was once I could have got one for a pretty good deal. I think somebody was selling one for like $600, but needs some work. I didn't have a trailer, so that's why. If it had a trailer, I would have bought it. But it didn't have a trailer, and it was big. And I don't have any jet ski stands. It's kind of like it's probably on my list of something I like to get. That's why I want to get a bunch of single trailers. So then it's basically like a jet ski stand. But it makes it a little bit easier than to work on. Sometimes when you have the dual trailers, it gets to be a pain in the butt. The puppy's like, all right, now I'm bored. The puppy's like, I see she's gonna cry. She's like, I want to do stuff. She's like, it's hot out here. Oh, little sweet dog. Yes, I've had a Rottweiler before. I've had a German Shepherd, and then it's my first Doberman Pinscher. It'd be cool. You get the little mini Doberman Pinscher sometime. She's a sweet little dog. It's funny when I gone to go see her, she was super shy. She was real close to the breeder, and yeah, she's open up today. That's my Kleenex up on. Night Blade said I got a pretty sweet deal on a jet ski trailer, $1,000. And it scrolled up. I can't see what else it says. Got it for $100. My neighbor, cool. Oh no, that's two different people. Brandon said I have an old Yamaha XL 1200 limited. Got it for $100. That's cool. Yeah, don't fall off the side. She is just like, oh, she's kind of that mode is like she wants to be like doing stuff. She's like, what? What? You want to do stuff? And she's like, I want to play. Yeah, it's funny. Willie is like just chasing all around. Look at that face. She's like kind of looks like a little Snoop Dog. Yo. Their heads are so funny how they're shaped. I just can't get over just how big the paws are. It's just like, whew. Bates says you should do more giveaways. Every $5 spent, merch goes, and one entry with a giveaway. Yeah, once the channel gets bigger, I'll do stuff like that. It's kind of small right now. It would be like a hard thing to do. But yeah, that's something in the works I like to do. Like maybe some jet ski giveaway, but it's not happening with the Sea-Doo. something like that. That'd be cool. This puppy's just like, hold me. What's this dog gonna do when it's a huge dog? It's so cool, like seeing how big these things get. All right, probably like 1 or 2 more questions. I'm gonna go inside. I'm getting sleepy. It's 10:11, and I want to eat and go to bed soon. Alex said, "What other Yamaha have you owned?" My first one was a 1997 Yamaha Wave Venture, and I have like an old school video. So I had this. Was a former professional race car driver, and then I had like a race team, and we did like high end performance cars and stuff. And when GoPro first came out, I did like a massive order, like $80,000 worth of cameras, and like I had like 5 cameras on. This is when they had batteries in them. You know, you had to buy the AAA's. And I had like 5 or 6 GoPros on there, and it's so crazy because they're all like standard definition and stuff. Yeah, so there I do have video. I have a couple of videos with me on that ski. The frame rate is like pretty crazy how it's shaped. Brandon says, which ski is better, Yamaha or Sea-Doo? Epic showdown. We're gonna plan on doing some race. My brother ride the RXP-X versus the GP. It'd be a pretty epic race. Oh, I'm getting puppy kisses. The funniest thing, puppy breath. Like their breath when they're little smells good, and once they get older, it's like, man, take a breath, man. Alex says, do you flush the Sea-Doo after you ride in salt water? I don't ride it in salt water anymore. One of the times, like when I have taken stuff apart with it, the jet pump, there's a lot of areas where salt builds up in there, and the hard thing is a lot of people think Sea-Doos are great for the salt, but kind of my opinion from what I've seen, I really don't. What are you doing? You want to run away. They're not the best of the ocean, but that's just my opinion from what I've seen. Because that's the hard thing is when you flush them, when you longer you leave them out of water is when you have problems with the carbon seal. Like I don't flush the ski at all. The only thing you're flushing is if it's supercharged, the intercooler and the exhaust. Who's a crabby little puppy? Oh. Don't eat the captain's water bottle. What Alex said, what about the Yamaha? Yeah, I take the Yamaha in there because the nice thing, you can easily flush that, and where you're flushing all the lines, the intercooler, the exhaust, the engine. There's a lot of people think those are bad for the ocean. I actually think it's the better way to go because it's easier to kind of really get all that, and you know that you get all the salt water out of there. Like anything, and it's besides you got to spray like the WD-40 inside the engine bay. Every time you go to the ocean, it's not how long it is to pre-riding or riding. It's like half the stuff is just all the stuff you have to clean afterwards to make sure nothing rusts. And the worst thing is it's not even that. Even if you have aluminum trailer, you think like, okay, I'm safe first the ocean. And then you got to worry about your whole electrical wiring and all that. I mean, there's so much to think about every time you go in there. Yeah, the puppy's like, pay attention to me, not them. She wants to play and do stuff. She's probably like, you bring me out here, and you set me on the side of the rail jet ski, and she's like, holding her paw up at me. She's like, I want to do stuff. That's what I was worried when I had to go to the emergency room. I was like, oh, how long am I going to be here? I just pick up a puppy, and then I had to go to the emergency room. It's like, that wasn't fun earlier. Alex said, how about the Yamaha? It's all different by like pretty much every time I take even a freshwater, I flush the Kawasaki just to be safe because it's like that's like you don't really want to be stranded with that ski. But the Yamaha, it's just freshwater, not all the time, but it's always good to make sure you're up to date on stuff. Like that. Yamaha, maybe like, well, it matters because if you're doing like, if you have the line, it's on my Amazon store with the salt away that you can connect to the hose, so that you It's like you gotta wait till that goes through, and then you want to, and plus you never want to connect up the hose until the ski's running on all of them too. Yeah, Bait says right off. I'm off to bed. That's kind of. I'm done for tonight, guys. Today I'm not trying to get that 2-hour mark. I'm beat. Getting sleepy, and I got a puppy that's tired. So her name is Ragna. That means in Viking female warrior. She's gonna become this big warrior, take on everybody dog when she gets bigger. Alex says yes. Do you use salt away? It's on my Amazon store, Amazon.com. Here, let's do it together. Amazon.com/shop/IamBeowulf. And I'm out of here. I'll see you guys in the next one. Be driven to win. Remember, today's Earth Day. Peace out, Beowulf Nation.